Do you dream of your child mastering English like a pro? Like speaking, writing, listening, reading? Sure you can. You can find it in Mega Ria Johor. For more information, just call and contact the number below.
Before I talk about skill, I think students should be more confident in the term of using the English language first. So I think focusing on the skill will be on reading, because a lot of students they can't read. Kids nowadays, most of them cannot read. That's why they got a very low TP in their school, in TPD, and that influences their confidence, and in the end influences on how they use the language, because they don't have the confidence in using the language. They can't speak well, they can't even listen well because of all the vocabs that they don't know. So those SJK school can't perform well is because of the confidence level.
This says A. And this is B. And this is C. This sound is A. And this one says T. Good. Let's play a game where you put the dragon on the sound that says T. Can you find the T sound? Good job. Can you find the sound that says A? What sound was that? Good. Now we're going to play a little game where we put them together, okay? What's this? I'm going to write down both sounds. And I'm going to put a little dot underneath. Are you ready? Okay, we'll move that to the side. What does that first sound say? What does that second sound say? T. Let's put it together slowly. At. Again. At. At. Even faster. At. Good job.
Speaking skill is a fundamental skill that is very important for students to be proficient in English, because we communicate a lot when it comes to language. So to be proficient, you have to make sure that when you communicate, you have something to deliver. But if you can't find a proper vocabulary, so it's going to be very difficult for you to communicate with others. But I don't say that other skills are not important as well, because they're all connected. For example, listening, reading, speaking, writing, all connected to each other. So
what's the #1 fastest way to teach English to preschoolers? Picture this, I have a room packed full of energetic 4-year-olds and I need to teach them colours. I've actually got them seated in a circle in front of me, but I know that I only have 5 seconds before I lose their concentration forever. Panic! Well, first of all, don't panic. There are 3 things to keep in mind when you're teaching English to preschoolers. #1, always try and choose an activity that is disguised as a fun game for preschoolers. #2, use lots of repetition. And #3, use lots of movement too. An example, here you go. Have your students seated in front of you and start singing. If you're wearing red today, red today, red today. If you're wearing red today, stand up and say hooray. And all of your students who are wearing red, they're going to stand up and say hooray. You're going to repeat the song again. If you're wearing green today, green today, green today. If you're wearing green today, stand up and say hooray. Everybody wearing green, they have to stand up and say hooray. Repeat the song a few times. Have your students involved in singing it with you until you have reviewed colours. It includes movement, repetition because it's a chart, and it's an activity disguised as a fun game.
This? Boo. Very nice. Open. I see duck. I see duck. A duck says quack, quack, quack. That's right. I like that duck. Back in. In. On. Thank you. Okay. More. Open. Pink. Yes, this is pink. It has a green top. Open.
We started it because we want the younger generation, especially our non-native students, that they can speak well in English and they can present it in front of everyone with courage.
Okay, so the most skill that you focus on is speaking, is it?
Yeah, especially those skills that they need to attain for public speaking.
Previously, I was the university lecturer. So when I see the youngsters, when they speak in front for presentation purpose, so they are quite nervous. So they don't have the proper skills or they don't have the opportunity since young to speak in front.
Hopefully we can have some activities, the public speaking competition to be held by our center to attract more students to speak in front.
Oh, okay. Alright, and
Currently we have a few areas in English to do with the grammar, writing, to do with the public speaking, as well as the phonics.
phonics, okay. Alright.
So far our students will be able to speak a normal daily conversation after 3 months of learning. And our students also get prizes in storytelling competition, public competition in the schools. Feedback. Parents always tell us that their kids are able to speak better, and they are able to, not to say able, they are more, they have more courage to speak with strangers outside.
So far, we are using some Cambridge books, Oxford books, okay, in hope for them to reach the CEFR levels. We are trying to have more like a discussion-based interactive classroom. And we are trying to let them watch more videos, okay, to demonstrate the skills by the teachers. Last year, we participated in the public speaking competition. I think it's Jewelry area. So this year, at the beginning of the year, we had the grammar competition held by the center. Creative side, yeah, we have some flashcards, okay, maybe some handmade props, okay, or even encourage students to have the group discussion. We have all the costumes. It is to attract the younger students to speak in front of people. That one we will encourage them to start with their pronunciation, with the phonics, and we will progressively let them to speak in front on the stage.
Maybe are there any demands from parents?
Demands from parents, they always wish that their kids will be able to speak. Actually, our local students, they are able to listen, maybe due to the environment, the TV show, so they are able to listen. But the problem is they are afraid of making mistakes, they are afraid of talking in front of people. So that's why our purpose over here is to encourage them to speak without fear, to speak without fear of making.
Ways to the Karisma Pintar Tuition Center. child. This tuition center provided basic learning of English like